Okay, everyone, we are here right now. This house right here is the first house that Revelation Records had when they came out to California from New York City, which I remember asking Jordan, who I didn't know very well, hey, what brought you out here? You know, expecting some great answer of, oh, this and that. He just said he felt the weather was better.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Now, you worked in this house.
Yeah.
Can you talk about what you did?
Yeah, I did mail order. Worked in the mail order. There were...
And you and Loman. You and Chris Loman.
Loman worked here for a while, and Steve Reddy lived and worked here for a while. Yeah, many of us did.
And so Steve did that while he was doing Equal Vision?
I don't know. He hadn't. I don't believe he had started Equal Vision yet. He came out on tour with, I think it might have been Into Another, and then he just decided to stay here with Jordan for a while. And so, yeah, he worked in mail order with me and Chris Loman, and yeah, that's how we became friends.
Well, I remember him telling me when he worked, he was in that house a lot. Like, they didn't really leave that house that much. And
Yeah.
He told me that when Ice, the band that I was in at the time, you weren't in the band yet, but you eventually joined. Thank you.
Sure.
He and Triggerman played that. Steve and Jordan came to that, because that's where I met Jordan, actually, because I begged him to let us play with Gorilla Biscuits for 15 minutes after Ice, because Gorilla Biscuits were supposedly coming out, but they didn't at that time. Either way, Steve said that when he went to that party, because it was in that guy Rick Wilson's backyard, great guy.
Yeah.
He said that, like, he'd been in this house so much that when he got to the party, he was like, there are people here. and there was like something else happening other than
doing mail order.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of whatever. Yeah.
So
yeah. No, it was always a fun. It was fun to work here, and it was fun to hang out here.
And Purcell was out here too, right?
Yeah, I believe he stayed out here for a while too. But it was also one of those places, especially during the summer, when you'd have so many bands on tour, and if there was, a Rev band or a Rev affiliated band that would come through, they would naturally crash here at Jordan's house. And so it was always fun to come over knowing that there was somebody was like, oh, so-and-so's here, cool, let's go hang out with them. And so many of us lived here in Huntington Beach, and it was close by, and so it was easy to just kind of pop in and say hi to whoever was hanging out. And and because it was a house, you didn't really feel like you were disrupting a business as much as if you went to one of the warehouses and people are at like proper desks and have proper workstations, and this is more like, oh, well, all the merchandise is in the garage, and then this is Jordan's desk and his room, and this other room is just kind of where the mail order is, and then it's just a house,
Hello, everyone. Once again, Orange County Hardcore Scenester, kind of new thing that I'm trying to do, where I go to places that are like hardcore related. We are right now at the first office that Revelation Records had when they came out to California. Now,
we think.
First of all, when Rev first came out here, they were actually in a house, but we're gonna make a whole other video for that house, which will be kind of creepy because I'll be
there's other people living there, probably.
Yeah, and yeah, but
no less creepy than us standing in front of somebody else's business making this video as we speak.
And as I kind of, nobody's probably surprised, I kind of do like things in a very sloppy way. We're not 100% sure, but we think that Building H right here,
Unit H.
Yeah, Unit H, was the first office, which you walked in, there was a nice little lobby area. That window right there connoted Jordan's office. And then you walked in the back, and that was the warehouse. And there was also a loft upstairs, if I recall, right?
I believe so.
Now, moving down, taking this production down, it wouldn't have been in J. Because Jordan's office, I always remember, if you're facing the building, Jordan's office was on the left-hand side. So that takes us to K. And K has the office right where it would be. So it's either in J or K in this part of Huntington Beach. Popeye, in your best guess, which one do you think it was? I think that it was J. No, I'm sorry, H.
I feel like it was H. I don't remember it being this far down the row. I think it was like more right in the middle there. So I'm gonna go with H.
Do you remember the night you came in? Like I was stuffing a lot of Ignaris records or CDs because Ignaris had just, I'm sorry, not Ignaris, Into Another had just signed. And I was there and I came in and it was just me. And you walked in, you looked around and you said, "You're here all by yourself?"
I don't remember that. I remember stopping by here a lot, just because there was always somebody who was going to be here, that either someone who worked here or another band was going to be here. So if you happen to be driving past, I'd just be like, "Oh, I got a few minutes. I'll just stop by and say hi to Jordan, see who else is hanging around." So,
Well, that's how I kind of got my job here. I think I stopped by one day and they needed help. And then I just sort of, it was like, "Hey, can you come back tomorrow?"
just kept coming back, and
yeah.
you're like, "Yeah, sure."
So,
Yeah, and I get to hang out with good people. and
oh, yes.
Why not?
And then I also made calls at one point from the mailing list, calling stores. I know that you did that.
I did that as well for a time. Yeah. I know that a lot of people over the years have worked for Revelation and different incarnations of it. So yeah, no, I'm very proud of my tenure that I spent with Revelation as an employee.